In today's video, I brought on my good friend Dennis, who's generated over $2 million with SMMA over the past couple of years. This guy is extremely successful in the space, and I came up with an interview with him that I think you guys are really going to like. Now, the reason I look so tired or like I just woke up is because I just woke up. But we have already done the video. So if you're looking to learn about SMMA and really just transform your game, I suggest you to sit down and actually watch this video, because the value that Dennis is providing for you guys is absolutely incredible. And he also has a channel where he's now starting to teach this. So don't click off this video, because this is something you probably never heard of before. It's not your typical type of agency. It's kind of different, but it definitely works insanely well for him. And just one quick thing before we get into the interview, I have decided that I am going to open a couple of more spots for my coaching program, which is something I've kept down for a very long time now. The results are absolutely incredible, but in order to get it, you have to get on a call with me. So if you don't think you got what it takes, if you don't have time, if you're not a serious person, well, then you should not apply. But if you, however, think you got what it takes, well, you can send an email right here to ecombossy@gmail.com. Tell me your story, why I should work with you, and I'll see what I can do. Hopefully you'll be picked for the call. But this is a spot I'm only offering to 3 people, so just keep that in mind. But I'm not gonna waste your time. Let's just get straight into the video. What's up, Dennis? I want to get right into it. I want to ask you to give a brief overview of what your strategy is that has generated 2.1 million. And then I have a list of a bunch of questions to ask you to go a little bit more in depth on your whole strategy.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, so the overall strategy is using YouTube influencers to recommend your agency, but it's definitely a lot more in depth than that, which I'll be able to go more in depth in the video, obviously. But essentially, it's having YouTube influencer recommend your agency, but it's not the normal way that someone would think to do it. Like, it wouldn't be having a YouTube influencer put a schedule call link below in the description and just pushing people who would impulse schedule a call. It's more in depth than that. It's, instead of doing that, they would be linking the agency's YouTube channel and being able to transfer their audience over to your like the agency YouTube channel. And because, like, rather than just getting the people who are going to impulsively schedule a call, you're able to get a more mass influx of those type of people who are not going to make a decision right away, but you're able to provide a lot of value to them and be able to really build your own personal brand, or just the brand around the agency. And then you're able just to nurture the leads way better and build way more trust, which down the line, will lead to more sales than compared if you were just linking them to a scheduled call.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. So how would people who are watching this video go about getting a YouTube influencer to recommend their agency in the first place?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and like, I just want to say, within this strategy, it has multiple steps. So just follow along. Like, things will become way more exciting, like, as they go more in depth with it. So it's pretty simple, though. I mean, first, you just have to identify what specific type of client you are going to want to work with. It can't just be any sort of business owner. It has to be more niche down. So for example, for me in the beginning, it was e-commerce store owners who were making more than a couple $1,000s a month with their store. And so after you have like the specific niche of the client you're wanting to work with, you want to come up with a list of keywords that are based around that niche. And then, like I said, mine was like e-commerce related. So I would search things like Shopify dropshipping, how to scale a Shopify store, and stuff like that.
Okay, got it. So after people identify the niche they're wanting to work with and they have all the keywords to research the influencers, then what is really the next step, man?
Yeah, so you're not going to want to go for the biggest person in the niche, at least not yet. You're going to want to look for channels who are making at least a couple thousand views per video. People who have at least been posting for at least 1 year. I prefer more than like 2 to 3 years. Like, a lot of the influencers that I ran that have generated more than 6 figures in sales from a campaign of videos, those people have been posting for more than 2 to 3 years. And then what you're going to do is you're going to build a list of 20 people, which includes like their YouTube channel, their email, their Instagram, which will be on a Google spreadsheet. And then you can find their email by going to the About section on their YouTube channel. And then you're able to find, you just click on the business inquiry part, and then you're able to find the email that way. Sometimes it's in the description. Just a quick note that Google only allows you to take 5 emails per day. And so you might have to make new accounts if you're going to want to get 20. You might have like 4 accounts to get all those emails, but some people might have them in the description as well. I am going to make a video more in depth on my channel, going more in depth on influencer research, but that's just like the overall starter for it. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, got it. So maybe you could talk a little bit about what would people even say? Like what will people even say when reaching out to these YouTubers?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so like it's too long to say in words. However, you know, since Henrik was able to give me an opportunity to like start teaching this strategy on his channel, in the description, there'll be a phone number, and then you guys can actually text the phone number and you'll be able to get the reach out scripts that I use for being able to reach the influencers. And then, you know, along like with getting the text scripts, along with getting the scripts inside the text messages, I'll be able to send I'll be sending weekly value around like the strategy. So it's just more than just getting like the scripts, like it's more of like an in-depth breakdown. Like the scripts are just a start, but you know, being able to teach more in depth in the strategy, and with text, I'm able to avoid, you know, getting held up by you guys not seeing the YouTube video. So it's more direct way I can like, you know, be able to provide value. So
okay. Yeah, for sure. And I just wanted to tell you guys that Dennis actually reached out to me back in 2020. This is over 2 years ago, almost 3, to help promote viral e-com ads, which is one of the 7-figure agencies that he's actually helped to scale. And the script that he gave me, it was so good that we started a partnership. It was something completely different from what I have seen before. So he's been doing this for a really long time, guys. So you guys should definitely get the script if you're planning on taking action on this strategy. So after they have an influencer who says yes, how do you actually structure the whole promotion?
Yeah. So this is where things will get fun. So the shout out structure for this example is going to be the integration and not the dedicated video, which this is just the simple difference between integration and dedicated is they would be teaching, like integrated is where you're included in a part of a video, rather than dedicated, which is where the whole video would be about your agency. And then, but when it comes to dedicated videos, especially when they're based around a case study, so let's just say if your agency already has like a case study where you've generated a client, say a 5 ROAS or something like that, like something good. Those case studies have done very well. I mean, I've had multiple case study videos that have generated multiple 5-figure numbers per video selling agency packages, because people watch the video and they see the results, and it's just a very clear way. But you do need some results in order to do that. But like I said, for this structure, I'm going to be going in depth on the integration part. So, you know, this is, you know, how to structure the integration. It's pretty much a simple 3-step process, and I'm just going to make a scenario really quick. Let's just say your agency is wanting to work with gym owners, and let's just say the YouTuber is a sales trainer for gym owners. So and then you're doing Facebook ad management for them. So number one, you want to pique interest of the topic. So it could be something as simple like the YouTuber initially talking about like how Facebook ads is super important to scale your gym, and gyms who are implementing it are seeing, you know, really crazy results. And then the number 2 thing is raising the problem of your target client. So it could be something like being a gym owner, you just don't have the time to learn how to do Facebook ads to generate those types of results. And then the third is the offer solution. So it could be something like, you know, my friend John being, you know, the agency, just made a super in-depth and crazy case study on how he generated 10K for a gym in new signups with only 1K in ad spend. And then John shows the exact process and how he did that on his YouTube channel, which is linked in the description. So all of you go watch that video if you're serious about growing your gym for the new year. Especially right now, a lot of businesses are focused on it's kind of dumb how people focus on making the new year the best time, because they should always be focused on that. But yeah, something you're able to take advantage of, you know, being able to utilize the new year strategy, especially around this time, the next month or 2. And that will help conversion rate between viewer to over to your channel. And so the next part is where the whole strategy comes together, and I'm still talking like I'm the influencer. So inside the same video, he's going to say that also John provided me with a cheat sheet on how we generated the 10K from only 1K in ad spend, which you guys can text the phone number below in the description to get, which I highly recommend to do if you guys are serious about wanting to scale your gym for the new year for this example. And so what that does is that you're getting people over to your YouTube channel, but you're also getting people to your text list. And I'm going to go more in depth in it, but a text list is so valuable because you're not bound by any sort of algorithm. So like I said, I'm gonna go more in depth on it, but the overall structure is that you're pushing people to your YouTube channel and you're also getting people inside text list. So if you get 500 people on text list, you're able to reach all 500 of those people and really build good communication with them. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So what is the next step though when it comes to monetizing all the new YouTube subscribers and the text list subscribers they get from the video?
Yeah, so it's broken down to two simple strategies that both go together. Number one, you use the SMS list to build an evergreen value funnel. And then the way I go about it is I send 3 texts at a time. So let's just say you just make like 3 value bomb texts. So 1, 2, and then in the third text, you tell them you basically tell them, with the past 2 texts I've talked about, I made a whole YouTube video going in depth about this topic. And then you're able to engage people and then push people over to the YouTube channel. And then the value bombs are just specific big problems that the target client is experiencing and you providing value and helping them solve those problems. And then you can also, yeah.
No, go on, man. Go on.
So you can also let people know that they can text you inside of the texting service, at least the one that I use. And you can actually have full conversations with these leads. And let's just say after the value text, you can be like, if you guys have any questions, you can text this number and we can go more in depth about it, or whatever wording you want to use. And you can really build really solid rapport and really good relationships with these leads and just providing a ton of value one-on-one, which, especially if you're talking to hundreds of new people in your world, those people are so much more inclined to go to your YouTube videos when you let them know that you're going to post it, because you're providing so much more value than anybody else is in the space. And then the YouTube strategy is making in-depth videos on what you're providing in the SMS funnel. So basically dropping a bunch of value in the text, keeping people engaged. And then as long as you're keeping people engaged, you'll get a high percentage of those people going to watch the YouTube videos. And then in the YouTube videos is where you pitch your service and you offer a scheduled call. And then this is where the whole strategy comes together and just becomes super OP. Like this is exactly how one of my clients who has only like 730 YouTube subscribers generated, which I'll put a screenshot right here. They generated 14.6K in a day with only 730 subscribers. And they had a 60K plus month, because after a few weeks to a month of you building the text list, you're going to do a YouTube live going in depth on solving a big problem that they experience and that they can ask you questions live. And then you hype up the live, you keep on talking to them, you have conversations with as many people as you possibly can. And then you push it all to the YouTube live. And then once you reach max viewership on the live, you offer a scheduled call. And then you only put 5 spots on the scheduled call. So those spots, if you do it correctly, they should fill up immediately. And then you let people know that if they do not get the scheduled call, they can text you and see about scheduling a call with you for the further time, but you can't really guarantee it since you're busy or whatever type of thing you want to say for scarcity. And then boom, now you have a bunch of people who are interested in working with you because you set yourself apart by only providing value and then creating real scarcity with the minimal calls on the calendar. And then really you just rinse and repeat this process until you turn your problem of not having enough leads to having too many leads. And now you need to keep growing your team to actually close the business that's in your pipeline. So yeah.
Yeah, got it. So didn't you have like a case where one of these guys are making over like $80,000 a year still from just a pretty small YouTube video? Tell them about that, man, because that was pretty insane.
Yeah, so definitely a higher level situation. The agency was already making 6 figures a year before he started working with me. So not really that crazy, maybe like multiple 5 figures a month. But yeah, I went to the biggest influencer in the space who already had a relationship with from Barley Ecom Ads. We put together the video. The video has 20,000 views. It's a very niche specific video. And just for privacy reasons, for his sake, it's inside the e-commerce niche. So it's like an e-commerce based agency that works with, e-commerce store owners who are doing like good revenue. And because of his retention rate being so good, he still generates over $84,000 a year from that video only having 20,000 views. And that was posted in, I think, June or July of 2020. So he spent a lot. I mean, I guess not technically off for what he did for like $15,000 all in. And now he makes recurring 84K a year, not including all the other revenues. So like more than 200 and something thousand rev from that one video with only 20K views, because he's earning money multiple times over on the people that came. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's absolutely incredible. You guys heard it. Instead of watching all of these guys who make videos on SMMA who don't have 7-figure results, and let's be honest, who maybe don't even have an agency at all, then go watch Dennis, because he really knows his stuff and he's going way more in depth. He got multiple strategies that he's going to be uploading on his channel. So I'm going to go ahead and link Dennis' channel in the description. Make sure that you guys go over and click a follow on it, because he's about to drop some real game here over the next upcoming months, guys.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and I was just gonna say, if you have any more questions for me, feel free to ask. But if not, I truly appreciate, I do appreciate the opportunity. And I just hope that everyone watching here got inspired to get out there and start getting creative and start scaling your agencies. So yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, because it is a very, very unique business. It's something a little bit different. And guys, check out, he has already uploaded a new video, guys. So check it out if you want to know more about it.
For sure. Well, I appreciate it. And I will see you guys over on my channel. But until then, hope you guys got value from it. And I will see you guys next time.
Thank you. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that you found it valuable and that you learned something from Dennis. I'm going to go ahead, as I said, and link his channel in the description. Make sure you head over to it, because he's going to drop so much value there over the next upcoming months, and you really don't want to miss out on that. So make sure you go to his channel and subscribe. Maybe let him know that you came from this video. And that's honestly it. I will see you in the next video.